Hello, and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Thursday, December 10th, 2015 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi, and our energy mantra for today is passion drives me to my infinite possibilities. And we kind of have a big astro day happening today. We're building to some stuff, and we have some stuff in motion. So we're building to the new moon, happening tomorrow at 2:29 a.m. Pacific in Sagittarius. We just had Mercury shift into Capricorn from Sagittarius, and I think we have a lot of Uranus action today, which is really going to be a major part of what we're working with today, with Uranus opposite Mars today, and Uranus also connecting to the moon today. So let's start with Mercury. Mercury shifted last night, into Capricorn, which is great because Capricorn has that practical layer. I think Mercury in Capricorn is going to be kind of what helps us get stuff done in the holiday season, although it is going to be going into the shadow period in about 10 days. So we're going to have that practical layer coming in, some common sense, and that's going to be helpful as we're moving towards our goals, especially as we are working with that new moon energy of setting those intentions. Mercury in Capricorn comes along and like, okay, here are the steps you can take into those big dreams. So still be a big dreamer, still hold on to that space, excuse me, of infinite possibilities, but at the same time, let yourself also be willing to take those practical steps that Mercury filters down in. You know, Mercury is a mental sign, but it doesn't mean, like, just keep it there. Take that action that needs to be taken when Mercury makes a good suggestion for that. So, speaking of the dreamer, we have the moon in Sagittarius squaring Neptune. And for that, what came to me is, like, you have the ability to think bigger. You're thinking so small. You're thinking from the place of what you already know. What if you just take a time out, meditate, and allow yourself to expand and just think a little bigger from the universe's perspective? I think the world right now needs to think bigger, needs to think on a universal scale as far as, you know, working with each other, but also as far as helping ourselves. And the self part of things is up huge today. One last thing I'm going to mention before I get into that, because I think this is feeding into it. We have the moon conjunct Saturn today at 8 degrees. 8 degrees is that Capricorn degree, responsibility. You are responsible for your life. So take that. Take a moment today to be like, everything that's in here in my life right now is in here to help me, and it's in here showing me something, showing me some kind of lesson, helping me further my goals. What is it teaching me? Take that responsibility back, take that power back, and just see, where is it trying to lead you? So let's get into the Uranus stuff. Mars opposite Uranus at 16 degrees, and the moon trine Uranus at 16 degrees. So the moon, that big Sagittarius new moon, dark of the moon actually, energy is feeding into Uranus right now. And I do want to mention, with the dark of the moon, with the fact that we're building to the solstice, you may really need some alone time right now. You might need some space. You may need some quietude. So let that be part of this, by the way. I'm feeling that for myself. Anyways, the moon is feeding into that. So the moon in Sagittarius, lighting up almost this new moon energy with Uranus, is feeding into those infinite possibilities. Uranus is stimulated with ideas. Uranus is helping you think bigger. Don't poo-poo those ideas that are coming through to you, because there's something to them. Your Mercury in Capricorn may help you fine-tune these ideas, but don't poo-poo them. Hold on to these things that are coming in. Write them down. These are great ideas that are coming through. Mars opposite Uranus is such an interesting connection. So it's interesting because there is so much an aspect of the other going on. You know, Libra, Mars is in Libra, the sign of relationships, the other. Uranus is in Aries, the sign, like the singular, the I am energy, but Uranus is the planet of humanity, of knowing our humanity, of being a humanist, humanitarian. Wow, that was a new word that I just made, humanitarian. Anyways, so there's kind of this push-pull between yourself and others. But what you need to remember in this is that you, as yourself, your whole being, your vibration, is so important as yourself to the nature of humanity, to making up the spectrum of humanity. It's a call to oneness, but it's first a call to knowing yourself. Oneness within yourself. And so if you're being pulled, if you feel pulled by humanity, if you feel pushed and prodded and not safe, or, you know, there's so many different feelings that can come up with this. That is a call to return to yourself, to return to your core in this energy, and remember who you are. Be a humanitarian for yourself first. Take care of yourself. Heal yourself. Be present with yourself. Know spirit in yourself. Trust yourself. Trust your path. Trust your inclinations. Trust those drives into your passion. Trust your path. There's so much trust involved in this. It's 16 degrees. It's a 7. This is big spirit energy, big universe energy that's coming through with this. You have to take care of yourself. And so if you're feeling that pull, and I've got to tell you, I have been. I've been really feeling that pull. Take some time. Take some time to nurture yourself. Take some time to nurture spirit within you. Otherwise, chances are that Mars-Uranus tug-of-war will erupt into some kind of eruption for you. Mars is the god of war. Mars is passion in action, but when that passion is suppressed, or when it feels pulled, it's kind of like TNT. It goes off. Uranus is not afraid to shake things up. Uranus is that revolution, evolution energy. So this is a personal revolution that's happening, a personal, passionate revolution. But, again, if it needs to, like, shake things up, Uranus is not afraid to do that. And the moon, the dark of the moon, which is, you know, carries some of that shadow energy, is feeding directly into this connection. So, but, you know, Mars is also connecting to the moon. So the moon is connecting to Mars, the moon is connected to Uranus. So, pay attention, and pay attention to yourself, and choose yourself first. Be a humanitarian for yourself. And I think we all need to do this because I think fear is running so rampant right now that we need to tune back into ourselves, our very light nature, and remember who we are and what we're really here for, not feed into all the chaos that's around right now. So there's that. Also, with that, we have Venus connecting to Neptune. Venus in Scorpio, calling on us to be intimate with ourselves, know ourselves, love our nature, love every part, because it is from spirit. This is at 7 degrees. And it's also very intuitive. So if you take that time to go in, you will know what to do. And then finally, with all of this, we have Pallas. Pallas, the goddess asteroid of the patriarchy, meeting up with Pluto. So this is another call to go within and not do things the way they've always been done, but instead do things the way that are true to you. Do things that are in alignment with your soul instead of in alignment with society. And again, this doesn't mean go out and be a crazy anarchist, not to say that's bad or that you shouldn't do that, but like, do it for you. Be true to you. And sometimes it just is a small little step in your own personal life. I think that's really what it is more so a step in yourself. Actually, I just saw right before this a quote from Danielle Laporte that said, you know, what you stop doing in your life is just as much as what you start doing. So that may feed into this. Maybe it's stopping feeding into other people's desires that are no longer in alignment with yours. So it's a lot. It's a lot today. It's big astro. And these two cards came out. Aloneness and silence. You need to take some time for yourself. The dark of the moon. We're building to this winter solstice. The you know, day of the longest or the shortest day. The longest night. You need to take some space for yourself to recalibrate. Let go of other people's expectations. Let go of what people are demanding from you. Be present with yourself so that you can step into this energy. The energy of playfulness. That is so new moon in Sagittarius. We need that to light up the new moon, the playfulness. And then sharing who you are, sharing your light. But you need to first be a humanitarian for yourself. And then all that leads to those new moon manifestations, your dreams, those dreams coming true. But take time to honor and be present with yourself. So that's it for today. Just that, only that. But I will see you tomorrow for the new moon. Namaste.